के बेहद इसरार पर मैं ज़ीशान इसहाक आपसे गुफ्तगू और आपस की खास बातें करने आ रहा हूँ every Sunday at 6 p.m. ज़ीशान on air में बहुत मजा आएगा and I'm looking forward to it. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. Ramadan Mubarak to all of you. This is Zishan Isaac, Zishan on air every Sunday from 6 p.m. and onward, right here on 1460 AM as well as FM 95.1. What an interesting week this has been, especially with regards to the snub that our president received from Macron, the president of France, as well as from Starmer, UK's prime minister, and then the ambush, as many are calling it, that happened with Zelensky. Remember, he's the one who is the victim. Putin, who is the aggressor, and Russia, who is the aggressor, attacked the sovereign nation. And the way Vice President J.D. Vance, the kind of words he used, and it was all a setup. That's many people are saying. I watched the entire 50 minutes on C-SPAN just to see what happened, how this thing happened. And then the first 12 minutes, 15, 20 minutes were going fine. And then all of a sudden, J.D. Vance, Trump asked a question to J.D. Vance and then to Marco Rubio, who was sitting there. He's the Secretary of State. He is a diplomat, should have said something, but he didn't. He chose not to. And he was, in fact, interviewed by another host from CNN, and she asked him that you called Putin, obviously, all these names, and now you are all of a sudden siding with Russia and Putin. So 80 years, and he didn't have a response to that. 80 years of diplomatic setup, especially this guarantees that U.S. has provided to Europe as part of the World War II and how World War II ended. All that from First World War onward till today, all these 80 years of guarantees for this transatlantic alliance between the United States of America with the Europe has ended completely on this past week, especially with regards to how Ukraine's President Zelensky was kicked out of the White House and how he was received by Europe. So if anyone thinks that United States leadership basically was seen here, no, United States leadership was not seen here. In fact, the United States has lost leadership at the world stage. Even with the whole idea of President Trump saying that he wants peace and he is doing this to make sure the killing ends. Well, our question would be very simple. Well, what are you doing in Gaza? You want to create a Gaza, in fact, Trump Hotel, not Gaza Trump Hotel or Trump Gaza Hotel. And then what are you doing with the millions of people who are refugees? And then they are right now going to fast in this month of Ramadan around rubble. So they don't have a place to sit. They literally put these benches, and those images are, I would say, mind-boggling, because the government of Israel, and especially, I would say, right now hijacked with a criminal, as many people who are Israelis and many Israelis, even the Haaretz newspaper's editor himself, consider him that he is not facing his cases in the court systems of Israel, and that's Benjamin Netanyahu. So he is continuing to be in power, and he has stopped he stopped the aid. So now he wants to start people who are already fasting, and these people are resilient. And then obviously the terrorist organization, according to the United States and according to the State Department, and they obviously are saying we're not going to be bullied. So now what happened with all this thing? Oh, the whole premise that was sold and this whole idea sold to the American people that if President Trump would have been the president, Hamas would have actually called President Trump and then would have done whatever they did on October 7th. It's all gone up in smoke because they are not backing down. That's why Israel has said that, no, you have to do some more. And they're saying that we're not going to be bullied. So whatever peace and ceasefire, that is also at stake now. So they have blocked all the aid to Gaza as well. So the reason I said this, because these are the double standards that the world is seeing and facing. And all this talk with regards to $350 billion that the US has given or to Ukraine or in aid, that is also challenged by MSNBC and many other news outlets. US direct aid to Ukraine, actually via the Kiel Institute for the World Economy, is only $119 billion. So this is real, only $119 billion. And then French President Macron and then the British PM Starmer, they both stopped Trump when he continued to be disingenuous in terms of saying that no, United States has given 300 to 350 billion dollars. So again, say as much inaccurate things and then think that it's going to stick or people will believe those lies and deceptions. No, Macron stopped him, touched his hand. That's being French. British, they don't touch the hands, but he still brought his left hand forward and said no. UK also gifted a lot of money, and French also gifted a lot of money, and some of them were in loans, but majority, in fact, more than the US was gifted by French and UK to Ukraine, and $119 billion, as I just showed on the screen. The other one is the economy is getting worse because a lot of people who voted for Trump was based on inflation and economy. If you go and check the prices of eggs and milk, it's going over the roof. So in April 2017, during the first time pre-COVID in Trump's first term, his, in terms of economy, people considered it was worse in April 2017, 34%. And in February 2025, they're saying it's worse, 59%. And then in April 2017, only 53% said it's better. And now in February 2015, the same Gallup source, and this is a very legit source, saying 35% are saying economy is better. One more thing, economy is currently excellent or good. Fewer say it is now than any point in Trump's first term. In April 2017, his first, highest was actually 63% in Feb 2020, but in April 2017, it was 40%. And now in February 2025 is 20%. So nothing is working for this Trump administration, because when you don't have the right team, when you have the wealthiest man leading this non-government, I don't know what that is, Doge, and then with regards to all these firings, in fact, those firings have not ended. EPA, so no clean air, no clean water now for the Americans, because 65%, according to Trump, those number of people or employees of EPA, that's the Environment Protection Agency, 65% of people are gone. Another one, this is where the government is also saying that $480 billion, Elon Musk's 400 billions net worth, and then even without Musk, Trump's cabinet and the approximate in 2025 by far exceeds the wealth of previous cabinets. So this is the most biggest cabinet in terms of the billionaires, 13 billionaires, and its worth is at least $460 billion. And previous record holder, basically, which was worth $3.2 billion under President Biden's cabinet, collectively was worth $118 million. So this is, again, public citizen. And this is the information about Israel's block entry of all humanitarian aid into Gaza. And with regards to the issue of European leaders that I was talking about, they renew support for Ukraine after Zelensky's stormy meeting with Trump. And look at all these tweets or, on X platform from ambassadors, prime ministers, presidents, as you can see, all of them, they are standing with Zelensky. And here's some more, a lot of ambassadors and leaders in Europe from these major countries, they're all supporting Zelensky. And then mass filings across the National Weather Service, NOAA, ignite fury among scientists worldwide. So no more National Weather Service as well, based on many people are saying. So this is happening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to say because if you're following news, the news basically is terrible, and a lot of people are not following news. There are already now calls from the Democratic Party because the majority in the House is still very narrow in terms of Republicans, but they still have the control of the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the White House. So they're saying, I don't know if he can be impeached. He could very well be impeached again because the United States Constitution, it seems like, has been completely ignored here. And this is not the way Americans actually thought and felt that when they were voting for Trump. And I have not met a single voter, and many of my friends as well, despite I tried to encourage them because of inflation, especially economy, and some because of Palestine issue. They thought that, oh, Trump is going to be their messiah. None of them is now telling me that they are proud of voting for Mr. Trump. In fact, that could be the very reason that on Tuesday, Mr. Trump, President Trump, will be addressing the joint session of the House of Representatives and Senate. And let's see what he has to say. But again, words only matter when your actions basically are in alignment with the words. And the words of the President of the United States of America at this point are more inclined toward President Putin. A lot of people are saying, why is that? And I'll tell you with this, and I'll end this live simulcast. Because President Putin is a dictator. Because President Putin basically has this entire political machinery and modus operandi, for lack of a better term, in Russia based on authority, based on based on complete control, as a totalitarian, as a dictatorship, as a complete authority, as an autocratic state, as an autocrat. So Trump gets, very well in terms of he gets along with dictators. He gets along with all these people who basically do not consider democracy as a sacred way of helping the citizens, government by the citizens, or for the people, by the people, of the people. Now it seems like because of oligarchy already in our system, and especially working hand in hand with the government. So the average American is at loss. The average American is the one who is going to pay for these tariffs, because tariffs is like a sales tax. So no matter what the president says, when 25% tariffs will go up, the business owner, any manufacturer, will pass on those taxes back to the consumer. And in this case, it would be the American consumer. The American people will be paying for it. When Social Security is cut, when Medicare and Medicaid is cut, who is going to pay for it? These billionaires, they are 13 billionaires, 13 billionaires in the cabinet positions of Trump administration. Never happened in the history of America. And then obviously when the wealthiest man on planet Earth, without any public mandate, he goes in and then jokes around and say, oh, we just want to check who's working, who's not working. There are many other ways to check that. But this is where a lot of people are also leaving. And these are smart and intelligent and subject matter experts leaving the federal government. So who would be at loss? It would be us as Americans. So with that, I think that people already now see this writing on the wall, and we will not have democracy anymore. We will not have any government system anymore. And we will be seeing our president praising dictators like Putin versus Zelensky or any democratic leader. And one more thing on that. Some people may say and argue as a rebuttal, oh, Zishan, that's because he is a deal maker. We don't want to say bad things to a president or Putin because you're going to go back and make a deal with him. Well, that's a very weak argument. That's the argument of our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, as well. I will ask Secretary of State if that's basically how the world is going to be run, then might as well pack up our bags. Why are we then involved all over the world? We are involved because this is the American empire, and that will be then replaced by other empires like British. Now they probably will go and sign that raw earth or those minerals agreement, or who knows, China may give security guarantees, and who would be at loss? Again, it's the United States. So again, no one can get into the mind of President Trump, but right now we are on the wrong course, and the train has left the station. Europe is standing with Zelensky, and the United States is basically being seen as, and people are already calling me. I'll take calls right after signing off, because we're live on social media as well. And leaders in Europe and especially when 10 Downing Street's visit of Zelensky, he was cheered by hundreds and thousands of people. So our reputation at the world stage has already been damaged. So thanks to all those Republicans who still think that the country is going in the right direction, those who are patriots, those who are independents, those who are like Senator Bernie Sanders, they are raising the alarm bells, and he's already touring. In fact, even those states where Trump got the most votes, and thousands of people are showing up in his town halls. And a lot of people are angry at Republicans and Republican lawmakers in their town halls that what the heck are you guys doing? Because no one speaks up in the cabinet. No one talks about doing the right thing for America. And the Messiah, aka President Trump, he's the one who's going to make the single decision. So this is not how the founding fathers created the system. There are three branches, equal branches of the government: the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judiciary. And the fourth pillar is obviously the media, which obviously needs to do a better job. But at least independent media and people like me, we are trying our best. With that, I'm going to sign off, but without saying thank you to our key advertisers, AITinsurance.com, Affordable Insurance of Texas. Contact them. They have the auto insurance, homeowners insurance, commercial and business insurance, even health insurance. AITinsurance.com, Affordable Insurance of Texas. Roopsari.com, visit them. They are on Hillcroft if you're in Houston area. Otherwise, you can go online and order directly from online. Men's trendy outfits, trendy and modern shalwar kameez and sherwanis. Those are formal dresses, and people wear them in formal gatherings and in weddings and very, I would say, sophisticated social gatherings as well. So roopsari.com. And I would like to also talk about famous food products. They basically have over 2,500 products. Even Sheikh Abdul Wahid, they are in business since 1830, and they are the partners of them as well. They are in desserts and sweet business. And then you can see on the screen famous food products. They partner with Unilever, Nestle, EBM, KNN's, National, Pacola, Shizan. So visit famousfoodproducts.com, or for trade inquiries, call Mr. Wahid Lala at 281-568-4200, 281-568-4200, and demasis.com, authentic Mediterranean cuisine, all you can eat buffet. Demasis.com, they have many locations in Houston, Greater Houston, in Texas, even in California. And for those locations, you can go to demasis.com, DIMASSIS.com. With that, I'm signing off with social media. We'll continue here with the traditional media. And again, please subscribe if you have not subscribed our YouTube channel, and also connect with me with the Facebook. Zishan Isaac signing off, as well as from our social media platforms, including YouTube. And please subscribe if you have not. Thank you, and I'll see you next week at 6 p.m. US Central Time.